advice, strap in. Welcome to Off the Bench, the only NRL Supercoach podcast where the puns fly faster than the footy. Rossco's got the strategies, Timmy's got the stats, and the beast, well, he's got a face for radio and opinions for days. From last-minute trades to epic captain fails, we're here to roast each other, and maybe help you out as well. Expect wild predictions, a bit of friendly banter, and the kind of footy chat that'll make you spit out your morning coffee. So grab your notepad, your best banter, and join the Supercoach shenanigans. The whistle's blown. Let's kickstart your day, the Off the Bench way.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to NRL Supercoach Off the Bench podcast for the Round 21 wrap. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We don't have anyone just yet, but I'm sure there'll be a few tuning in a second. Good day, boys. How are you all going?
Up the shit.
This question?
Mate.
Yes, screw the NRL, screw Supercoach, screw everything. The only good thing that happened in Supercoach this week is they've started Supercoach EPL. I've looked at it. The prices are really weird, and I'm not quite sure what to do. But going all guns blazing. I'll be getting stuck into that. I did my fantasy EPL team about 4 weeks ago, and been all over that. I've played fantasy EPL for 20 years. Since Buddy Moses has been around as a kid. So look, I don't know. It's I'm looking forward to it. But as for NRL Supercoach, fuck it. I'm not even interested. No, to be brutally honest, guys, look, a pretty average round for me, which was just painful because I've been killing it, absolutely killing it. I was up into 3K, and now I've scored 1,095. Didn't even make 1,100. And I know Rossco wasn't much better. So it's a tough week, and going to be some reds. And I've only had 2 red arrows this season, but this is going to be a third, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm afraid I was not a great week. I had a few disasters, but we'll cover those as we get into it. It's just one of those crazy years. Hey, Ross, have you ever noticed on that new intro that I did for the podcast, there was a group of girls in bikinis all playing Supercoach?
Well, I don't know what happened, but I didn't get the intro on my end. It didn't come up. It was just showing a blank screen on my end for some reason. I'm not sure why. I know it definitely worked.
You'll have to go back.
Yeah, it definitely worked. Yeah.
There was a group of girls playing Supercoach in bikinis, so I don't know where that
we had the same issue with the pod on Tuesday. Remember when I said to you the intro didn't come up on my page? But anyway, I'm here, and I had a shocker too. 11:08, I think it was this week. It was just absolutely terrible. I bought in Hines, captained him for his 51. I also bought in another player who also went for a cap one this week. I bought Wade Egan in this week as well, so I had the double whammy this week after bringing the core in last week. Didn't have Harry Grant, didn't have Cleary, none of those other guys like Lomaxes that went big, so it was a shit round. G'day to Joey. As per usual, we're always waiting for Timmy. Just like the Broncos, we're waiting for the help for the ref to help and them home, and it didn't come. Then he's just mine shows Timmy in a bikini. Oh boy.
I hope the intro doesn't show Timmy in a bikini. And Joey, trust me, hang around, because the Broncos game is early, and you'll get plenty of chances to roast Timmy then.
I'm hoping the shots of me in a bikini are long gone, just quietly. There was that one time at band camp, but anyway, that's a whole other issue.
Oh, mate, we don't need to know about that either. We're fucking PG rated.
Fucking PG rated. Listen to it.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, Ross, we'll kick it off with the first game of the round. Not a bad game, this one, but boy, wasn't there some controversy.
Oh, there wasn't there? Roosters 30, Storm 34, Sam Walker 80, Lindsay Collins 68, Tupu 64, Teddy 64, Connor Watson's 55, and then on the other side, Harry Grant 113. Josh King got 94 with a double. Even Stefano got in amongst the scores with an 88. Nick Meaney 67. Then we go down to Katoa with a 36, and unfortunately, Jerome Hughes with a 31, who has dislocated his shoulder, and he's out for, 6 weeks or whatever it might be, he's out for now. So he's definitely a sell, and that obviously, as we saw during this game, is going to affect at least Katoa, as he didn't see much ball after Hughes went off. But I think unless you've got the trades, I think you just got to live by the sword and just play Katoa out for the end of the season. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Interested on your thought, boys, because I can't. We spoke about this the other day. I can't trade Teddy out, but I feel like Sam Walker in this team is absolutely killing Teddy's attack at the moment. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Brad, you go.
Well, I think that is a part of it. I think the other one is the quality opposition that he's coming up against. The Storm have notoriously been great defenders over the years and are often Supercoach killers. Very good at neutralising their kicking game, even without Jerome Hughes out there away from Teddy, and limiting his ability to run the ball. Teddy's not going to be able to play the Tigers and the Titans every single week. So this sort of thing is going to happen. That's my view. Could be different. Tim?
Yeah, look, I agree. I think the kicker is Teddy likes to sweep from left to right. It's the same reason why Mark Nwanga-Nitawaze is not getting the points either. He was killing it a month ago. And, since Sammy Walker's come back, it's affected both of them. It's killed their Supercoach scores and stunted their attack, I think, a little bit. Don't get me wrong. They're scoring points. They weren't putting on 30 points week in, week out a month ago or for the prior couple of months to that, I guess. But, yeah, look, I don't know. It's I've got Teddy and I've got Marky Mark, and it's killed me the last 2 weeks having both those boys.
It certainly has brought Tupou into the game, hasn't it? Wow, all of a sudden Tupou has become relevant with Sammy Walker's kicking game.
Yeah, I think when I bought Marky Mark, he was nearly twice the price of Tupou, which hurts even more. And now I think they've swapped, and Tupes is probably 100K more than what Nwanga-Nitawaze is. So, yeah, tough one.
I think the only issue with Tupou is that he gets the double and he gets 64. I mean, it's not great, like, when you think about it. And I just think, like in your case, Tim, I mean, I don't know too many people have got more than 6 trades left at the moment. I just think you have to hang on to Marky Mark. I mean, unless you have to pull a trigger this week and you've got head-to-heads that you have to win for your finals, I think there's a world where you can sell him if you can get to Lomax. If you don't own Lomax, absolutely, that's the play, I think. But I think you just have to hang on to him. Otherwise, if you're a bit low on trades. But Harry Grant with 113. We spoke about him last week about how cheap he was. He's going to go up a bit in price now. He'll still be very affordable. He only had a break even of about 76. So he won't go up too much for those who do need a hooker. I think he's still a great option as well.
This is the week to jump on him. He's going to go up more the following week if he gets a decent enough score. So this is a moderate price increase with the bigger one yet to come as those accumulative averages start picking up. Alan Fisher has said Hope Savala helps Marky Mark next round. You're not the only one there, mate, and that's actually a very good point. Savala might make a bit of a difference there. Timmy, this is your turn to unleash hell on Joey if you wish. This is his theme.
I was about to before, and then I started looking into draws and stuff, boys. As you know, I like to just having a look at the Storm's draw for the run home. So they go into Para next week. Go Para, Broncos, Panthers, Bulldogs, Roosters, Broncos. So obviously a pretty tough draw, bar Para, but mind you, Para with Mitch Moses back are a completely different machine as they showed against my Bronx on Friday night. So it's a bit of a tough draw, but look, the Storm know that they hit the straps. Well, we all know the Storm hit their straps this time of year, and if they're going to go all the way in September, then these are the games that they need to win. And obviously, Harry, I don't think that playing the tougher teams is going to make any difference to him. He's going to get plenty of tackles. He's going to have the attacking stat as well. I think at 544, like you said, he's going to go up about 70K, was it, Brad? So he's going to be 600K there or thereabouts. So he's still, if you've still got guys like Kalama Matangi like I do, then it's almost a straight swap from him and bring Kurt Donahue or Cam McInnes or somebody like that back down into your second row. So it is certainly a doable thing, and go from there. As for the Roosters, yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah. Well, I was about to move on to the next game because you were meant to be giving it to Joey. I gave you the opportunity, and instead you went and told us how great the Storm were.
Yeah, no, I'm not finished yet. That's what I was saying. As for the Roosters, look, as I said to Joey in one of the chats on the side, he started giving me shit, and I said, hey, look, the Roosters lost by 4, Broncos lost by 2, so we're at least a 2 points better team than what they are. Look, don't get me wrong, they played a much better opposition, and but they just seemed to find ways of losing the game. They had opportunities time and time again to put the game to bed, and they just couldn't do it. So it will be interesting. I think the Roosters are still a top 8 team. I think they should be there come September. Maybe not in the GF, but I think they should finish in the top 8 in the next 5 weeks' time. Outside of that, I'm sure my opportunity will come to throw more shit at Joey over the next half hour or so.
All right. Well, while you've got the microphone, give us the second game of the week. Your other Queensland team, your second team, the Cowboys into the Dragons. What happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. The Cowboys and the Dragons was actually a really decent game of footy. I quite enjoyed it. Plenty of attacking stats came out of this one. The Supercoach points overall numbers were there or thereabouts, both sitting just under 1,000 points overall. But look, my shout out to Tommy Dearden. I've talked him up the last couple of weeks on the show. A few people have asked whether to go Tom Dearden or somebody else, and I keep coming back to Tom Dearden. I think him and Drinky, now that they're all guns blazing, I think with Reece Robson as well, after Origin, he always seems to play that little bit better too. Look, the points are on the board there. Tommy Dearden with 165. Well done to anyone who listened to me and jumped on. I've got him in our draft and was probably the single most thing that got me home this week over Rossco. Scotty Drink with another close to ton, 91. I think he downdated about 3 or 4 points in downgrades. Reece Robson with a 74. Ruben Cotter with a 67. Cohen Hess turning back the clock a little bit with a 66. He got a try in there as well. Zach Labert, 63, and Braden Burns with a 60. Lots of people have jumped on there recently. A few guys still held Jackson Purdue, 55. Jeremiah Nanai, someone else who I've talked up a little bit lately, as a second row forward option, had a 56. Outside of that, you're going down the list. Rob Derby, some people still jumped on a couple of weeks ago when he was nice and cheap again. But that's about all she wrote for the Cows. As for the Dragons, Jacob Little, again, 101, 2 tries, I think, from memory. He just seems to have these high-ceiling games when he gets the minutes and just kills it. So, yeah, Jacob Little, a bit of a pod play. If you could do it, it'd be bloody hard to do it while you've still got Damien Cook floating around in there as well. It's the tough part. One of them's going to score points every week, and it's just a coin toss as to see who gets the luck. Davey Clemmer, again, another player turning back the clock with a 77. Terrell Sloan with a 77 also. Corey Allen with a 32. Fagai with a 60. Lucy Liu with a 65. And Ross's mate, King Tongia, probably dug him out of the shit in a couple of head-to-heads, I'd imagine. Upgraded to a 59.
So, no, he actually downgraded. He was in the 60s.
Last time I saw he was on 49.
No. He was on more. He was 60-something.
Oh, that unlucky, mate. And then King Gutho with a 59 also. So I know a few people jumped back on him last week as a pod route in the fullback position, and were rewarded last week, but not so much this week. Yeah, Gutho with a 59. Outside of that, boys, there was plenty of points in it. There was attack galore, and it was almost just like a gun fest, I guess. Who was going to shoot the furthest?
All right, Joey has just mentioned that that's the first time since 2014 that the first 2 games of a round at the first 2 teams. Oh, actually, sorry, that game is the first time since 2014 that the teams have scored more than 30 points. So, yeah, there was a heap in there. By the way, Joey, while you're still around, I've got to point out to you that I beat you in draft this week. I'm really sorry about that, mate. It's hard to do.
Sorry, not sorry. We love you, Joey.
Oh, mate, I'm the absolute worst in the draft comp too. So you just got beat by the absolute mud. I don't know how you let that happen, but somehow you did. All right, thanks for that, Jimmy. Ross,
And just a quick shout out to the Joey from the Ruck Infringement podcast. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but he did catch up with Anthony Minicello for a interview on a pod. So do go check it out. I reckon it should be a pretty good listen. So I'm looking forward to listening to that one hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. If you haven't checked it out before, Joey's podcast is just fantastic. The Ruck Infringement podcast. He gets guests on all the time, and it's quality work in there. Well done, Joey. And a guest like the Count Minicello, gotta love it. Well done, mate. I bet he was enjoyed it, especially being the Roosters fan that he is.
Mate, that's great stuff. Do go check that one out. That is a cracking interview. I'll have to go check that one out. Now, Rossco, we're going to keep Timmy right away from this game. Otherwise, we will not hear another word for the next half an hour. Give us a rundown of the Broncos versus the Eels.
Right. Okay. So for the Broncos, Adam Reynolds top scored 73, Pat Carrigan 63, Kobe Hetherington 63, Payne Haas 60, Reece Walsh 58. And then on the other side of it, we had Lomax, who continues to score well with a 99. Sean Russell, 63. Guymer with a 60. Jack Williams, 56. And Addo Carr with a 55. Well done to Parramatta on the win in this game. I thought they played really well. And what a difference it makes to that team with Mitch Moses back as well. And I'm sorry, Tim, but I couldn't have been more happy when I saw that try get disallowed because I'm not a fan of Reece Walsh. So
it was a tough pill to swallow, mate. The try actually happened right in front of us. We sit in row 21, and all the action was right there in that corner. It was a tough watch. My father-in-law is a absolute hardcore Broncos long-term life member, and he's well and truly had enough of Reece Walsh. Straight one-way ticket straight back to reserve grade, he reckons. So bring back Selwyn Cobbo was what my father kept saying all night long.
All right, so any early mail, boys? I don't care who gives it to me. Any early mail on Payne Haas? Has he got an ingrown toenail or a bad ankle?
Yeah, look, by all accounts, apparently it's an ankle injury. He played through the game. Look, he looked – I questioned it straight away when he wasn't out on the field for the warm-up. At the game, I think I sent you boys a message in our chat group just saying just a heads up in case anyone went there. He's not actually warming up with the team on the pitch. That was alarm bells for me straight away. Now, look, there might be a perfectly logical reason as to why he wasn't. I've got no idea. But we watched most of the warm-up coming out of the members area, and look, he wasn't out there. So that was enough for me to go, probably not going him this week. But I think there's issues there. It was a back injury with some back spasms or something that he had 2 or 3 weeks ago. Now it's an ankle injury. Someone said there was a toe problem. So whether or not they're just going to wrap him in cotton wool and hopefully they get him through to the end of the year, who knows? It's going to be interesting to see what happens from here on out.
Oh, Joey, you're a classic.
Charlie,
can I just read out what Joey just put up? He wrote Timmy's a pain in the ass when it comes to being on time.
Go for
it. Very clever, Joey. Very clever. I'll give that to you.
Yes, talk about Charlie Guyman, Brad. Yes, your mate.
Oh, Charlie, the day Charlie Guyman becomes relevant in Supercoach is the day I'll stop playing, I think. Like, fair dinkum. Guyman Pyle is his actual name, but anyway, that's
he's
only
been doing it for a month. Once
I can't believe I had him when I sold him. I can't believe that, eh?
Only old people will get my joke, but and Jamal Hopgood is now nearly becoming relevant again now that he's hit 300-odd K. And that he's playing the front row. He's had a complete position change. Yeah, that's why Parramatta are now winning. Okay.
I just can't. I'm so filthy. I didn't get on Zach Lomax. Like he's just. We said it time and time again. He's just proven that he's fixture proof, and it doesn't matter who he plays against. I can't get on him now. I just can't. He's too expensive for one. I've got no one to sell to get to him. I've got other fish to fry now with Hughes and that going down. So, but far out, I'd love to have him in my team for the run home. I really would. He could be that sort of player that gets you in your head-to-head finals next week.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
You know?
if you can get him. Like, there's no doubt.
Who they got next week? They play Melbourne next week. That won't be an easy game though. But Eddie's at Combank, so who knows?
But like the Storm concede more tries out wide than most other teams in the NRL, so they might score a few points out wide. They also certainly it's their Achilles heel as far as their defense goes. The tries out wide. So look, again, Lomax is probably going to have a bit of a field day unless they put Coates on him, I guess, and try and contest more with that high ball. Once they figured that was the way to go, the right-hand side on Friday night, that's just where they kept peppering. And he kept coming up with the goods. So if he didn't score the try, he'd be in the process of doing it, and then they'd get a penalty, and then we'd go back and do the whole thing all over again. So, look, he is an attacking weapon. He's now that Moses is back in the squad and he can put the ball on a dime. So when he's got it on a string like that, I think Lomax he's a must-have. I think you're going to have to. So I'm lucky I've got a few more trades than some others have, so I'll be finding a way.
Well, that nearly leads us into the next game, the Warriors versus the Titans. Why I say that is because Tim actually mentioned in our message group, look at Jamin Jolliffe's score of 91 for the Titans. You reckon he's a trade-in now?
No, not necessarily.
If you've got enough trades, you can trade in Jamin.
Hold the phone. I didn't say.
You said it, Tim. You said he was an option.
Yeah, I didn't say he's a trade-in. I said he's the beneficiary now.
No. Don't change what you said now.
Read the text to you.
Do not change what you said now. Okay.
Yeah, I could read the text to you. But yeah, no, what I did suggest was that he's absolutely going to be the beneficiary of Tino being out now that he's going to be playing lock for the next 3 or 4 weeks until Tino comes back. So I've got no doubt Jolliffe will score a lot more points over the next few weeks, but then he'll go back to a bench role and he'll be a bit of an AE nightmare. So if you're looking for something completely, absolutely, totally, utterly left field, but at the same time, we still don't know exactly how long Tino's going to be out for. But yeah, Jolliffe will be the man that picks up the extra minutes and extra points playing the number 13 role for the Titans.
You said on here, I quote, Jalen Jolliffe scored well today. I didn't get to see any of the game, but he will be the big beneficiary of Tino being out. One to watch quietly for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let's don't trade him in. Don't trade him in. Jeez.
Why would you say he's one to watch then if he's not an option for Supercoach?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be watching him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what it's telling me.
Shit.
All right. We're getting to that one, Al. Jaden Campbell got 130 odd.
You want me to read it, Brad? Because he got 115, Jaden Campbell 115, Philip Sammy 108, Jalen Jolliffe 91, Jojo Fafita 86, Fodder Waker 66, and then for the Warriors, Halasima 86, RTS 79, Fisher Harris 73, Ford 67, and CHT with a 66.
Thanks for that. I got a bit of a dodgy eye, folks, so everything's a bit blurry. So sorry if I missed it.
Yeah.
He don't see too good. He doesn't smell too good either.
Yeah.
It's good to see those top three Warriors, despite the fact the Warriors got absolutely belted. I still say with their draw and their run, those top three scorers, or top, nearly three, Halasima, Tuivasa-Sheck, and Ford, are all really good value trade-ins. If you've got a down trade to do and want to do and got enough trades to do it, then those three are going to keep scoring well over the next few weeks. They're good options.
Yeah.
Boys,
I'm not sure about Sammy though. Alan Fisher said what about Sammy, but he's very hit and miss just looking at his scores. He's got a couple of That's his third ton for the season, but there's some pretty subpar scores in there as well. Only my thought, I can't bring any Titans players in. I just can't do it. I mean, Jaden Campbell might be the only exception, I think, but he's probably the only one I could go near.
Yep.
Boys, I missed this game. What actually happened with Aaron Clark? I mean, don't get me wrong, 59's not horrendous, but it's certainly down on his average for this season.
Nothing.
Is he getting less minutes, less ball, less effort? What seemed to be
he was playing against his old team, the Titans, and then he suddenly remembered how shit he used to be, and he played just as shit as he always.
He just got force of habit. Remembered which jersey, or forgot which jersey he had on.
He looked and went, "Oh, the Warriors. That's who I used to play for. Yeah, I used to be shit. I'm going to play shit again."
Yeah,
he did right. He did right to finish on 59. I think before updates he was on 48. Yeah. So no, I'm pretty sure he played similar minutes. He usually plays around about that 60 mark. But yeah, again, I don't know. His scores have been, relatively good, except for the last 2 weeks. He got 57 last week against Newcastle. So it's not bad, but yeah.
I think because they're now starting Jackson Ford, he could be pinching some really good points through the middle there that Aaron Clark used to pick up.
Yeah.
Because that has been a big shift. Moving forward off the bench, getting him to start over Barnett, because Barnett's gone. And that's where Jackson Ford will finish the year. He'll be in the starting side for the continuous of the year.
Well, it just comes back to what I said the other week, Brad, that like we said, we spoke about how good the Warriors draw is, but as I said, and I'll say it again, is that there's no one that really stands out for me that you really have to bring in from this team. They're safe options, but they're not players that have got the upside options.
Yeah.
Like you're not going. There's no one in that team like Melbourne or Penrith who's going to consistently get you 80 plus every week. That, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard one because, yeah.
So I'm just having a quick look at the draw for a bit of a reminder to everyone at home. So next week they've got the Dolphins. They go into Bulldogs, and then St. George. The St. George and Dolphins game over in NZ. Then they go to Titans again at Seabus in a month's time. Finish with Para at home, as in home in NZ, and then Manly at 4 Points Park. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So it's basically, well, everyone's below them, I guess, except for the Bulldogs. But, yeah, I don't know. So it will be an interesting draw for them. I've got no doubt that there'll be plenty of high-scoring games in their run home. I guess it just depends on whether you're looking for attacking upside or defensive stability as to which way you want to go if you want to jump on some wires.
All right, the riff are on a tear now. Rossco versus your Tigers. What on earth happened here, mate?
I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to. No. Listen. We got the first points of the match, and that was about where it ended.
I think that's why they took the shot at goal in the first 5 minutes, Roscoe, because they went, "Oh shit, this might be the only points we get today, boys. Let's just get something on the board."
Penrith are too good. Going through this. Oh, I'll do it, Tim. Don't worry about it. You can do the next game. It's all right. Penrith are too good in this one, 36-2. Lindsay Smith, 120. Nathan Cleary, 118. Dylan Edwards, 85. Isaiah Yeo, the one who I spoke about all week as a trade-in, as your replacement for Colin Matungi. He was my number one trade-in target, 83. And Casey McLean with a 76. For the Tigers, May with a 74. Truva, 59. 12, 57. Alex Safar, 55, and then Taylor May with a 49. But I was going through my drafts and looking for a front row forward this week and managed to fix up Lindsay Smith in 3 drafts this week. Very, very happy about that. Very happy. I bought him in this week, but just not very happy about going Hines over Cleary though. But Cleary looks so good in this game, like back goal kicking and just. It was like he hadn't missed any games. It was just like it was the Cleary of old, mate. Just some of the kicks he put through, the passes he did. Geez, he's going to be number one trade in this week, I reckon. Like for those who have got Jerome Hughes, everyone will be going straight to Cleary. I think it's a no-brainer. Panthers have got Titans and Newcastle in the next 2 games, and if you're not bringing in Cleary this week and you need to win your head-to-head, well, you might as well start looking towards next season or towards the EPL in Tim's case.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Cleary out a BE of 77, so he obviously cleared that by 40 points. He'll go up 20, 25K.
Yeah, I think I worked out it's going to cost you about 70K to go from Hughes to Cleary because Hughes dropped some cash because he had a high BE, but that's roughly what it's going to cost you. But I think after seeing that game, you have to have Cleary. It's going to be some massive points scored in those next 2 games. Knights were woeful today against the Raiders, and Titans, well, we know what shit they can dish up to. Yeah, they play well against the Warriors, but they're very inconsistent though. And I had a reason to live for that game. It was Dez's 500th game, so I'm not. Yeah, look, next week at Combank, I think Penrith are going to put a decent score on them.
Yeah, look, I guess for a lot of people with making the decision, like we talked about on our show, if we knew that Cleary was absolutely kicking over Dylan 100%. Edwards, then that would have been a little bit more of a coin toss as to whether or not you went Cleary or Nico. The kicker now is that the Panthers play one more game than what the Sharks did. So the Sharks have still got a bye. So for anyone trying to toss up which one to go for, Cleary's definitely your man now from here on in with the extra game in hand. So, yeah, look, going back to the draw, so they've got Gold Coast next week, Newey after that, Storm, Raiders, Bulldogs, St. George. So there is a tough 3-week period there, but let's be honest, the Panthers are not shying away from tough opponents. And if they want to go well in September, then they're going to have to play against the Storm, the Bulldogs and the Raiders anyway. So, yeah, and let's be honest, Cleary's a big game player, so he's going to have to well and truly hit his straps over the next few weeks. But he's got 2 sort of practice run games to play between now and then in the Tits and Newcastle.
Well, I think we're all agreed there. Cleary is a buy and Yo is a buy. They're the 2 big ones to look out for. Yep. There, stay away.
I'm glad I jumped on Yo this week. He was the first player I traded in straight after.
You're welcome, Tim. You're welcome.
I'm pretty sure I spoke about him the week before.
No, I've been speaking about him for the last 2 weeks. The only reason I was going to bring him in last week, and the only reason why I didn't was because he didn't play. That's the only reason why I didn't get him. But
I beat both here because I brought him in 3 weeks ago. So go suck on an egg. All right,
Jimmy, and you still ranked 20K.
I know.
Oh, come on. That's a low blow.
Jimmy, you want to go through
he outscored both of us last week and this week.
Debacle of a shit house.
Yeah, look, I don't know. This was nothing like everybody thought it was going to be, that's for sure. The Rabbitohs put up a bit of a fight, but look, I think all they really did was brought the Sharks down to their level. Junior Totola, or Tavita Totola as he goes by these days, top scored for the game with a 94, scoring a try. Ronnie Mulatalo, who we've talked about the last few weeks as a pod for the run home, as a nice cheap option into centre wing with this draw, got a 91. Will Kennedy with a 90. Again, it's interesting that nobody was talking about Will Kennedy last week. The Rabbitohs have the worst scoring against fullbacks in the whole NRL this year. So the last 3 fullbacks, I think, turned up against them, and nobody was mentioned Will Kennedy as a play for draft or anything this week. So well done to him with a 90. Lockie Hubner still killing it with an 81. That was with a try, assist, and a line break assist, I think, from memory. Jai Gray with a 71. His brother with a 64. Ewan Aiken, 63. Blake Brayley with a 59, drop it down a little bit, and that included a try. 34 tackles and 34 tackles and only 6 runs, which is a little bit down for him with an error in there as well. Outside of that, there wasn't really much else to talk about. There was only another 3 or 4 scores above 50, and that was about it. A lot of people jumped on Teague Wilton last week, scored a 55, Cam McInnes 51. And Nico, captain, my captain, was a 51 also, and that included 12 points in goals. So just absolute rubbish as far as Supercoach went. He was my fourth lowest scoring player, I think. And unfortunately, I made him the captain armband this week. So anyway, that's cute. Supercoach and shit happens.
We all did, Tim. I was certainly on him.
Yeah,
and I think Ross might have been on him. Were you, Ross?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I think Bilko did too. Bilko made a massive mistake this week. He clearly had Cleary as VC and didn't loop.
Oh,
I'm not sure why he didn't loop 118, but he didn't. Just a quick shout out in this game to Ryan Gray, which I'm pretty sure isn't Jai Gray's brother, as far as I know.
Oh, I thought he was.
I don't think.
No.
The bloke played 69 minutes, and I think he made around about 68 tackles. So
yeah, wow,
massive effort from him. I thought South defended really well. Sharks' attack was absolutely average. Hines made a lot of mistakes. I say it every week that I think Trindle's terrible and he offers nothing to that team. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know how they didn't put a score on the South. They were absolutely decimated. Poor old Totola, he's dislocated his shoulder, so his season's over. Yep. Jack Whiten, 3-week ban for a shoulder charge that I don't believe was a shoulder charge. I don't know if you guys have seen it and your thoughts on it. I thought it was just a head clash. What do you guys reckon?
Well, I went shoulder charge, but I'm probably a bit biased. I'm not really a Whiten fan. He does some ordinary dumb stuff every now and again. So I'd have to go back and review it to really get a full sort of picture. You're right about Ryan Gray there. One for your little black book. At halfway mark in the New South Wales knock-on effect cup, he was the top tackler, made more tacklers than any other player in the competition. Right, if that doesn't scream workload for you, just go back and have a look at this game. Man, the guy had a motor and a high work rate. And some other hookers in the comp or some other clubs probably would like a hooker with this sort of work rate that he displayed. Almost makes you wonder what Mamazoulis' role is going to be. But what I said, I think he captained. He captained
the captaincy off Kiraz. Unlucky, buddy. Oh no, had it on him from last week. So
and he put it on Hines this week, which is the same as all of us. Bad luck, Watto, and g'day, mate. And Alan Fisher said the same as what we all know. Sharks forgot how to be flat track bullies.
I just don't get how they can put a score on like they did against the Roosters, and then they dish up that shit against the team that's absolutely depleted. Like, it was terrible. I mean, I got no words, mate. I was getting so frustrated watching that game. I see Nico making a couple of simple errors, and I'm just like, I just was ready to throw something at the TV because I was already having a shit enough round, let alone, and then Hines dished up that shit. Very frustrating to watch that game.
All right, we've got today's game, which has not updated yet. Who wants to do the first one?
Yeah, not a problem. I'll jump in. I actually watched most of this while I was chopping up pumpkins. And no, that's not code for anything. It was cooking the kids' veggies. Hey, so Matt Tomoko with 2 tries with 128, including a try assist as well. They played really well at that right-hand side. Jamal Fogarty with a 93, Hudson Young with a 91. Unfortunately, he's one that I just haven't been able to grab throughout the season. I haven't owned him at all, and it's been a bit of a thorn in my side, to be honest. I know Rossco's been all over him. And Brad, have you got Hudson Young as well?
Yep.
Yeah, so look, he's definitely someone in your second row that you've got to get. He's just an upgrade. He had a down game last week, but then repaid the favour with the owners this week. Kai Pearce-Paul, with a try early on, 88 points. And again, another player that if you jumped off Dylan Lucas, he was probably a sideways trade at the time. Dane Gagai just continues to score well. Didn't get a try this week, but did get a try assist. Mate, he's just on fire. They really need to start to seriously think about what to do with him next year, or maybe some other clubs start to jump on and find some space in their salary cap for him as a fullback. Yeah, look, don't get me wrong, he's not going to be there for 5 years, but the way that he's played over the last month of footy since Lucas has gone down, since the rest, basically most of their attacking players have gone down. He's just been on fire. Certainly turned back the clock. Old Gags. Sasangi with an 80. With a 78. Leo Thompson 68. Starling 67 with a controversial try that went up to the bunker for about seemed like 20 minutes. KO Week 67. That included a try and a try assist and a try contribution. Take those points out and he scores sweet FA. Zach Hosking with a 63, down a little bit. Xavier Savage 62 with a try, and Big Papa 57. Marju, for anyone that held him, did manage to score a try, didn't get to do a great deal else, but with a 54. And that was basically it. All the scores above 50 in that game. The Raiders put on a pile of points. We've said for months that they're going to do this over these last few weeks. The problem is with the Raiders is they're not consistent in each of the scoring, the attacking players scoring all the points each week. They do seem to share them around, whether they go left, they go right, they go around the outside or go through the second row. So if you're looking for any Raiders, I think Hudson Young's the main one. I've had Hosking for a while and I'm going to hold him. But yeah, that's about it.
Mate, I can't believe you said Gagai. They've got to think about what they're doing next year with him. Surely, what is he, 39?
He's old. I'm not going to lie.
I'll tell you what, though. He's doing a great job at fullback for them, though. He really is. But
he's putting other teams to shame. Just the effort that he's putting in for somebody of his age. But look, he's really turned it back. But I mean, he's been doing it this time of year for forever. Like he was doing it at the Broncos when he was back there 100,000 years ago. He's moved around a fair bit, and look, he's just a solid footballer, and he's just putting in the hard yards at the moment for the Knights, and fuck, don't they need it?
All right, a few good points in that game. I had quite a few players in that one, so and I had a few in this one as well. Rossco, the Bulldogs over Manly 42-4. There really was only one team out there today. What happened?
Oh, Matt Burton absolutely destroyed them with 119, as did Carraz with 114 with a double. Connor Tracy was absolutely brilliant too with 109. Bronson Siri, who copped two boots of kick-outs, 109. He also got a double. Kick-out with an 83. For the other side, Turbo's 72. DC 59. Lodge, mate, dead set. Brad, I'm sure we'll speak about him in a minute, about some of his grubby acts in this game with a 51, Sub with a 47, and Takiaho with a 46. And obviously down game for Garrick with a 39, but he really didn't see much ball at all in this game, to be honest with you. Dogs just completely dominated this game in the second half. They looked really good. They just kept attacking that side. Was it Cooler and Turbo side they kept attacking? Was it Turbo and Saab side or the other side? Yeah.
No, Saab. Yeah, they just kept smashing Saab with bomb after bomb after bomb. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. As I said, good to see Carraz knock out a decent score, offloading for fun as well. I'd expect him to probably update a little bit. Could update to over 120, I reckon, too. So, but yeah, wasn't much else to say with this one. I mean, it tells you this: when Sam Hughes gets a double, that also tells you something too.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting for the Bulldogs over the next few weeks, isn't it? Because they've got the Tigers next week, but then they basically start playing semi-final footy straight away, don't they? So they go into the Warriors, Roosters, Storm, Panthers, Sharks. So that's their last 5 games. The Dogs. So, look, let's be honest, if they are going to have a serious crack at winning the comp this year, those 5 games are certainly going to play them into form or out of form. So it will be an interesting next 5 or 6 weeks for Doggies fans. Get on them.
Yep. Now, you mentioned about Matt Lodge. What were you going to ask me there, Rossco?
I was just going to ask about some of his dog acts that he did in this game. I mean, there was a late shot on... He did a late shot on Salmon or someone, I think it might have been as well. But yeah, he was very fired up in this game, that's for sure.
Look, call me judgmental, but I don't even think he should be playing the game. But that's my opinion. I was a bit sort of opinionated about Ezra Mam as well, but I'm probably more opinionated about Lodge. Let's be honest, he bashed a family in America, harassed a woman to the absolute. It was disgusting if ever you've seen the vision. It's horrendous. And then he was allowed to escape charges by leaving the country instead of facing those charges, which are still in existence. Has not paid a cent in compensation. I think he got found guilty in his own absence. And, of course, cannot return to America. And yet we let him play NRL. I don't know. Yeah. But the bloke's a loose unit, and I don't think he has long to go in the game. I don't think Manly have even retained him for next year. I haven't heard. I could be wrong, though. So somebody feel free to write in and let me know. But, yeah, that's my own thoughts about Lodge. That's really enough about him. Manly's problems are going to, unfortunately, continue. Turbo did not have a bad game, but did not have a great game. I think a couple of times they really could have done with him. I mean, he was their best Supercoach scorer at 72. They really could have done with him at the back there a couple of times. I wouldn't mind betting that there's going to be a swap and that Hopper may end up back on the wing, Garrick back into centres, which might not be the best for Garrick. And so it could be a sell next week, folks. And Hop and Turbo back to fullback. Probably will happen soon. It wasn't really much. Yeah, they were just tackle bots for most of this game. But that is Canterbury this year, particularly against the Minnow Club.
He got destroyed on that edge, as I said. He missed a lot of tackles too, Turbo. He's very lucky that I think it was Hopewadi that did that try saver on Connor Tracy, was it? I think. But yeah, and obviously Paul Olaquodu, first game back after a dislocated shoulder, has now dislocated his shoulder again. Was it the same one or a different one, Brad? I'm not sure. Was it the same shoulder?
How many shoulders has he got?
I'm not sure, but I think it's the same one.
Yeah, okay. No, I wasn't sure if it was the same one that he did last time. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's the same
one. Obviously that'll be his season over as well. So Sniper was definitely up this week on the dislocated shoulders this week and not the hammies.
Yeah, no, that's not a flash way. We're still waiting on updates on those last two games. I'll tell you what, I'm losing about 5 head-to-heads by about 10 points. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for some nice updates to come through.
I need about 300 points in updates.
All right.
Find half a dozen tries, Nico.
Very quickly on some of those, what we've just gone through, Tim, is there anybody that you're looking at this week?
In the last game, do you mean, or just overall?
No. Is there anyone you're looking at trading in this week? You're the one with 10 trades.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. Look, obviously, I've got to think long and hard about the Cleary one. Like Rossco said before, it'll cost probably $70K to go from Hughes to Cleary. There's a world, I don't know. I've thought about Fogarty even a few times as a complete pod play for the run home. The only problem is they've got that round 24 bye. That's the only thing that's held me off going Fogarty as a complete pod for the run home. But look, you've only got to look at the Panthers draw and how many points they just put on and how easily they did it to let's be honest, that game was almost a rest for the guys that played 80 minutes. So it's going to be pretty tough to watch. So I think you've got to find the cash to go from Hughes to Nath. And then outside of that, Hooker's going to be an interesting one. Look, I've got Donahue up there, as I know Roscoe does as well. So, I don't know. I might do something. I've still got Kalamatangi. I've still got a couple other guys that are injured. And whether I do 2 for 1 or something this week, I don't really know. But, I've been trying to hold trades for head-to-head finals because I'm in a few cashies. So it will just be a bit of a wait and see. A lot of it's going to be dependent on cost, to be honest. I think I've only got about 25K in the bank. So I'm going to have to do 2 trades to go Hughes to Cleary. It'll just depend on whether or not I can find a second row or a hooking downgrade, I suppose. Or I do something left field and just roast one of my centre wings. I've still got Smith down there in centre wing from the Roosters. So there may be a case of I just completely nuff him out, bank the 300K, and then use that over the next 2 weeks to bring in 2 guns.
I would seriously consider that. That does sound like a good move. I'm considering something fairly similar. I'm uncertain yet whether to. I've already got one nuff in my CTW, so I do want Cleary, and he will be coming in, but I need about 100 grand extra to go from DCE to Cleary. Well, I actually need about 200 grand, but I've already got 100 in the bank, so I might have to go fishing somewhere. Almost tempted on our talking around there. If Garrick does have a move on the cards and Manly's run coming up, which is not pretty at all. Geez, I'm almost tempted to go Garrick to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck or somebody like that. Bank the extra 100 grand and get Cleary, and that's not going to weaken me up too far, I don't think. Rossco, you got anything similar planned?
It'll just be at this stage. I'll have to make 2 trades to make it work, but it'll be Hughes to Cleary, 1 trade. The other trade, I'm not sure. I'll probably get rid of Couchman, which I don't know, which isn't going to give me much to work with, because I would have loved to have gone Isaiah, but it's not. I'm not going to have the funds to do that, so I don't know. I have to wait and see how much cash I've got after I make the trade from Hughes to Cleary, but that's definitely on that one. It's a non-negotiable, that one. So pre-warning, he'll be coming into my team, and I will be captaining him against the Titans. And after the last couple of trades I've done the last couple of weeks, well, anything can happen.
Brad, the only thing I'll come back to, mate, as you guys know, I like to look at the draw and look at the bigger picture. The reason why I'm holding Hopewadi and Ruben Garrick, I mean, I sold DCE up to Nico this week, which cost me $1 bajillion, and Nico only scored 2 more points than DCE did. And DCE, by all accounts, might even pass him on updates. But look, going over the next 6 weeks or their last 6 weeks, so they go Roosters, Raiders, which is obviously going to be tough. They do then go Tigers, Dolphins, St. George, New Zealand for basically the head-to-head finals. So the Warriors game doesn't matter because it's in round 27, but looking at the head-to-head finals, so they got Raiders in 23, Tigers 24, Dolphins 25, and St. George 26 in the GF. So that's the main reason why I've been holding those guys. Yeah. But I mean, it's a long hold.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I just need that 100 grand from somewhere. So if anyone could tell me a good downgrade in any position, let me know. Because
I think guys like Ronnie Mulatalo is still cheap enough, and obviously a high ceiling player. He's someone that can downgrade to. I think he's still only low 400s. I think after he goes up a bit this week, so he's one to probably have a crack at if people are looking for a downgrade from someone that's 500 or 600K. Or some jewels that you can move things around. But yeah, I don't know. That's about the only spot I'm looking at the moment.
You know, Ruben's 700, so he's about at his peak. So he's actually 740 now, but he'll lose about 40 this week. So there is a fair bit of cash there to consider.
Well, that'd be a good trade if you go. I know you can't, Brad, because you need the cash. But if anyone's looking at offloading Garrick, if it does happen, then go Garrick to Lomax would be a great trade, I reckon, too.
Oh, absolutely. Find the cash to go Garrick.
It'll probably cost you about 40K or so, maybe a bit more. I don't know, but if you can do it, find the way to do it.
It's just about near straight swap, Ross.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, there won't be much in it. You'll be able to just go straight from Ruben to.
But Lomax will go up in price, and then didn't you say that Garrick will go down, though?
Yeah, Garrick will go down by about 30, 40 grand, yeah.
So Lomax will be about 760 after this week.
Yeah. So Lomax was 735, had a BE of 66. So he beat his BE by 30 odd. So he's probably going to go up to 750, 755.
Yeah. So you're definitely going to need a few extra funds there.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Anything else tonight that we want to consider?
No, just
maybe just getting a better score next week. Obviously, don't forget, guys. Next week is your last week before your head-to-head finals. So be cautious of what trades you do make for next week. If you only got a couple of trades left and you need to win your head-to-head to get into your finals, pull the trigger, do whatever you need to do. There's no point in saving trades if you have to win your head-to-heads this week to get into the finals. You're not playing overall and you need to win, especially cashies. I've got a couple of ones that I have to win next week, like Brad does. Just pull the trigger, and guys like Cleary, as I said, I think they're near must-have next week for that game.
If you're in 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th spot, your finals have started a week early. They really start this week, right? Because this week is a must-win if you're in any one of those positions.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget, folks, we will be back here next Tuesday, me and Ross, or maybe even Tim, or maybe me and Tim. I don't know who. One of us will be around, though. On Tuesday, we will do the podcast, hopefully live when the teams drop, as we sometimes do. Just watch the socials for what's going to be going on there. And really, that's about all we have for this week. Do watch out for the articles and for all the information on our Facebook pages, etc. Hit and like and subscribe on the YouTube feed if you're watching in there. We always love people that do that. It does help grow it just a little bit further. And really, that's it for me. Any more for you boys?
No, that's about it for me, mate. It's I think I'll hopefully actually I don't think I'll be at the Broncos game this Friday night, the next home game, as I'll be playing football myself. We've only got 5 games to go for Masters footy for the year, and it looks like I'm playing basically 2 games a week to play all these catch-up games. So yeah, I don't think I'll be at the Broncos. I'll be into playing footy and then into the ice bath, I'd imagine, and wear the skins for about 3 days after that.
Well, we're after a bit of advice from you, Timmy. So we do need advice for EPL because I've got not a clue what I'm doing there. So get that
absolutely
ready and get something to us so that we know what the hell to look for.
Yep, no, we absolutely will be doing something. I don't know whether we'll be doing regular podcasts or not, but we'll have a play. We'll work something out. It's obviously a new thing for us. So for Supercoach lovers. But yeah, just keep an eye on the socials and everything else, guys. We will absolutely have some leagues going and things like that. It is much the same thing as what Supercoach is. So if you've got any interest in watching the football at all, the real football that requires 2 working feet,
Soccer,
kick a ball.
Soccer.
No, it's
soccer.
Football. It's football.
It's soccer.
I think you'll find most of the world's population would say otherwise. But anyway, so we'll run with it. Just keep an ear out, folks. And absolutely, we'll get stuck into some EPL stuff soon.
Oh, geez, KFL's better than that game.
Oh, pig.
100% it is. And it's AFL, thank you. Get it right.
All right, folks. Ross, anything more?
That's it for me. See you guys on Tuesday for the TLT podcast.
Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for all the commenters tonight. We really appreciate it each and every single week. Sorry about me wonky eye, but thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you on Tuesday, hopefully.
Stay safe. Be good.